Hey everyone, so I recently finished Mixtape and I wanted to give my review on it because honestly I ended up loving this game. But this video does contain gameplay clips and mentions of certain moments that could ruin the experience. So before we start, if you want absolutely no spoilers whatsoever, please look away. For everyone still here, I hope you enjoy. So Mixtape follows three friends, Rockford, Slater and Cassandra, on their final night of high school as they head towards this legendary party, and the entire game basically feels like you're reliving memories through music. I played this on PC, so all the clips you're seeing are from my own gameplay. Now, I'm not super technical when it comes to games. I care more about story, atmosphere, music, characters, and whether the game actually keeps me interested. And from the very start, Mixtape absolutely did. Honestly, this game felt nostalgic in a way I wasn't expecting. It was funny, emotional, chaotic at times, but in a really natural way. Unfortunately, I couldn't include the soundtrack in this video due to copyright. However, that's okay because as long as I listen to it during my own gameplay, it doesn't really matter. But to be honest, anyway, even though they're given the option to mute the music, if you mute a game called Mixtape, like, what are we even doing here? You know, you need the music. It says in the name.
Okay.
So basically, Mixtape is a story-focused adventure game about friendship, growing up, memories, and trying to hold on to moments before life changes forever. The whole game feels dreamy and nostalgic, like flipping through old memories you forgot you had. It's emotional, funny, can be awkward on times, but honestly, I did find a lot of parts very relatable. The full game took me around 3 to 4 hours to finish, which I actually think were perfectly for this kind of story. It is a possibility you could finish it way before. But 3 to 4 hours, I think it's a perfect time, especially if you like to wander around and just make sure that you get everything done. One thing I really loved about this game is that they didn't try too hard to be overly complicated. A lot of narrative games throw massive choices at you, where one tiny dialogue option suddenly changes someone's entire future, and sometimes that can stress me out for absolutely no reason. But Mixtape kept things simple. The story already knows what it wants to say, so instead of focusing on huge decisions, it focuses on the small moments between the characters. And weirdly enough, those moments ended up feeling the most real, like running through fields, skating around, laughing, messing about. It generally reminded me of being younger and doing dumb things with your friends for no reason. At one point, I was spinning the main character around while her friends were hanging onto the trolley for dear life while we were escaping from the police. But to be honest, out of everything, Mixtape lived up to its name. The biggest thing for me was the music, and it did not disappoint. Every song matched a feeling or moment perfectly. Now, the gameplay itself felt smooth, the art style matched the vibe, and I personally didn't run into any like bugs or issues while I was playing. Apart from one thing, okay, I got a bit of beef with this one. So there's a part where you can paint the door, and I try to be artistic and paint some flowers. But why are these brushes so damn thick? Honestly, it's really embarrassing to be honest. But I gave up halfway through and drew some random scribbles instead. And somehow the game kept it there for the rest of the scene, which honestly made it even funnier. And the pacing of the story was really good too. Even though it's a short game, nothing felt rushed. Every scene had enough time to breathe without dragging on for too long. So if there's anything that I can say that I didn't like, honestly, this is going to be a difficult one because I enjoyed the game. This has been the first time that I've installed a game, played it from start to finish in one sitting. But if I had to pick something, maybe I do wish it was a little longer. I personally maybe would have liked to have had a few dialogue choices here and there, just because I do really enjoy games where you can slightly shape conversations or relationships between characters. But that being said, I completely understand why the game was designed in this way. It feels more like listening to somebody's memory or story rather than controlling every single outcome yourself. So I think we can all agree that the older we get, the more we romanticize our teenage years. As life gets more stressful, we miss those simpler days of hanging out with friends, gaming for hours, doing absolutely nothing, and somehow still having the best time. But we also forget the difficult parts too. First heartbreak, saying goodbye, getting into trouble, feeling completely lost about the future. And I think that's why Mixtape felt emotional to me. It captures both the funny and messy parts of growing up really well. If you love emotional indie games, nostalgic music, story-focused experience, or games that just make you feel something, I genuinely think you'll enjoy this. So finally, this game was honestly 100% worth of my time. And I would do it all over again. In fact, I really wanted to replay it just to experience all those little moments again and finish getting the Steam achievements, because there's quite a few and I don't think I have them all right now. And listen, no game is perfect. Mixtape, it obviously isn't perfect, but it's one of those games where everything just tied in so beautifully. And for me personally, it's easily one of my favorite indie experiences this year. I give it a solid 9 out of 10. And honestly, for under £15, you cannot go wrong. It's definitely worth playing. Thank you all so much for watching, and let me know if there's any other games you'd like me to review, because I actually had fun making this. Catch you all again soon. Bye!